What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the chat. My name is Nico. I'm joined today by my co-host, Rico. And we're here, like we are every week, to talk all things video games. You can find us on YouTube for our video format, as well as podcast services like Google Podcasts and Spotify. I'm going to figure out how to get us on Apple, okay? Because it's kind of irritating me that it's not already happened. I'm going to figure it out this week.
I think they're prejudiced.
So I'm going to figure it out this week, and hopefully we'll get that all situated. But yeah, we talk all things video games here. Real quick, housekeeping. What was there on the freaking YouTube channel this week? I did a Pokemon Unite video talking about why I believe it is the best MOBA on the market right now. That went up today. And Rico did the free PlayStation Plus games for September. That is all available on the YouTube channel this week. Got it. It feels like it's been a lot longer than a week since we've recorded this. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird feeling.
I don't know why it feels that way, but yeah, it feels like it's been forever since we've recorded the podcast. I don't know why. But yeah. I'm hoping this coming week I can get my Psychonauts 2 review up. I'm hoping to get a couple other videos recorded and uploaded, and then I know you have a PlayStation predictions video for the showcase that's coming up Thursday.
Yeah, which we will be talking about today in a sort of sense in today's episode.
Oh yeah, we will be talking about it a little bit today. But before we get into any of that, Rico, what have you been playing?
Let's see. The COD bug still has me strong, and I've been pouring some time into Warzone lately. Been playing a little more Ghost of Tsushima, working on some of like the side quests and stuff like that. A little bit of Unite here and there, and then what was it? Ender Lily as well on my PlayStation. That's about it, really. I like how like you and me are so like different in terms of games we play in a week, because you play like several different games throughout the week, where I just typically have like 2 or 3 that I just stick to for a while before switching it up.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I do have like my dedicated, like the ones that I'm always playing.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much all I really had this week. Like, okay, so for starters, I did hop into Psychonauts 2, and so good. It's so freaking good. Such an improvement over the first game, which I mean, you'd kind of expect that, being that the original came out in 2005, but God, is it freaking good. And I noticed that the portals are so much like Rift Apart portals in that game. Like the way it seamlessly goes from one location to another. It's just, it's very nice, okay?
Very good.
But outside of Psychonauts, I really haven't played any single-player stuff, per se. I played some Pokemon Go. I've been going pretty hard on the Pokemon Go, doing the raid hours and stuff like that. And I found a local group that does a lot of raids, so I got my first shiny legendary Pokemon, which was pretty exciting. And just been playing the crap out of Pokemon Go. They just updated the new season. We got the Season of Mischief in there, so new Pokemon are spawning in the overworld. Lots of fun stuff happening on that front, especially after they actually listened and reverted a lot of the changes that they made that everybody was pissed off about. Pokemon Unite, still grinding on that. I had a rough day today, I'll tell you what. I was playing it earlier, and I probably played like 5 to 7 games roughly while I was like editing and uploading. And I gotta say, the number of AFKs that I had today in games was stupid. And the fact that I still get penalized for losing a game with an AFK really frustrates me.
Like, how I don't get how people like go AFK and that. Like, yeah, I can understand maybe like bad internet connection, but like, what happens to where you start what is literally like a quick, easy 10-minute game and then just walk away and never come back?
Yeah, I don't know how it happens. I really don't. I really don't. But it was like, I probably had 3 games in a row where I had an AFK for at least 5 minutes of the game.
I hate that. That's a personal pet peeve.
It was so like literally I played like I said 5 to 7 ranked games, and I am in the same exact position I started in terms of ranked. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm turning it off. I'm setting it aside. I'm not playing it anymore today.
Getting a break.
Yeah. I've been playing Apex still playing that occasionally. I've been kind of busy, so I haven't had time to play, like actually sit at my desk and play a ton.
Right.
And that's been driving me nuts. But I've been playing a little bit of Apex when I have time, but the big one that got me, and I talked to you about this one, the big one I've been playing this week. I am a former World of Warcraft addict.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All those listening. I am a former World of Warcraft addict. So periodically, I get a bug. I get a little bug that bites me, and then I crave an MMORPG. And I haven't played WoW since the launch of Shadowlands. Like, the day it came out, I played. I was bored of it, and I quit and unsubbed that day. The day the new expansion came out, it was just so dull to me. And recently, the bug has bit me. And I'm like, I'm kind of keen on getting back into an MMO, but I listen to a lot of other podcasts, okay? I listen to a lot of World of Warcraft podcasts just because I like a lot of the people. I've been playing the game so long that I just like the people I listen to talk about the game. And they've all moved to other games. The other game specifically being Final Fantasy XIV. Then on even some of the Pokemon podcasts I listen to, people have been talking about Final Fantasy XIV. And it's a game that I've had some friends play in the past, and they tried to get me to start it. And I think at the time I was playing WoW still. And I was like, no, I'm not going to switch for a game that's fairly similar. I'm cool with WoW. I'm happy with WoW right now. But WoW's in a bad place right now. WoW's in a bad way. So I was like, maybe it's time I finally give FF14 a go. So I bought the standard edition, which gives me, I think, the first expansion.
Yeah.
And I also reinstalled Destiny 2. Because that's another MMORPG style game that I really liked in the past, but then kind of fell off of. And let me start there, okay? Because Destiny kind of fucking pissed me off. I booted it up on my Xbox.
Uh-huh.
And I get all the DLCs and stuff. I didn't have to buy any of that because I have Game Pass, and it's all on Game Pass. And so I booted it up. And they throw me into the mission. They boosted all my characters for starters. So all my characters are at like whatever they felt was the right light level to begin with. Then they throw me into a mission that kind of gets me going on what the current season story is like. Because now they do seasonal content that kind of supplements like in between actual big expansions, which I think is a cool concept. But they throw you immediately into this mission, and you're like 50 power level lower than what you should be for the mission. And I shit you not, maybe it's easier if you're playing like a Titan or something that can take a little bit more damage, but I'm a fucking Warlock, okay? And I was getting ripped apart. Like, I got shot and was dead. There was no way around it. I just died instantly. And it is not a good way to get people to actually want to play your game when they come back. I don't know who at Bungie thought it was a good idea to do this, but they should be fired and removed from gaming permanently. I was so frustrated with this that I genuinely almost uninstalled the game before I even finished the mission. And the boss fight at the end of this mission was atrocious. It wasn't fun. It was just like tedious, and you kept dying over and over and over. I hated it. It was awful. Now, I haven't hopped into any other content outside of that because I got so pissed off I turned the game off afterwards. But good lord, it was an awful experience, and I don't know if I'll be willing to go back because, like I said, I started Final Fantasy XIV. And that game has been an absolute fucking delight.
You said that with so much pain in your voice. It's like, it's been really fun. And not so much like pain as in, like, you know, you've had a bad experience, pain because you're like, oh no, I've been sucked back in.
Yeah, and as a former World of Warcraft, like, I have multiple, like, almost over 10 max level characters in World of Warcraft. At least half of them are geared for the high level content, and well, at least whatever was high level content the last time I played. And then I have on my main character 30 days game time log. That's just one of my characters. So getting into another game like Final Fantasy, and I've played other MMORPGs like Guild Wars 2, I've played a lot of ESO, you know, DC Universe Online I even dabbled in for a while. I've played a lot of them, okay? And this game, Final Fantasy XIV, oh man, it feels like World of Warcraft, but it's just different enough that I'm like intrigued. Like it's like I put all my key bindings the exact same as I had them for World of Warcraft because I'm playing on PC. Thought about playing on PS5. I really wanted to play it on my Xbox. I guess they announced an Xbox version for the game a while back and it just never came to fruition. So I ended up playing it on PC, and I mean, it feels like muscle memory at this point, just playing with the key bindings from WoW, and I'm having a really good freaking time with it. Let me tell you, okay. Like I said, I had like 10 different characters on the World of Warcraft. This you can level all the classes on one character, and it's amazing. All right, we had some minor technical difficulties there for a split second. Lost Rico entirely, but like I was saying, okay. The nice thing with FF14 is that, like I said with WoW, I had like 10 characters at max level. This game, you can play any class you want in the game on one character. You just have to level each class individually. They're called jobs, and I really like that. I really, really like that. But like so far, the questing and the combat, it all feels like WoW. The story seems a lot better in terms of like it's actually like there's main story quests and then there's side quests, where in WoW it's kind of all jumbled together and it doesn't really indicate what's what. I know they recently changed that with Shadowlands, but in the past it was kind of a mess.
Yeah, like I know one guy I follow, he recently finished the story for the Shadowbringers DLC for FF14, and he said the ending of it actually put him in tears. So I guess that's a sign that FF14's storytelling is pretty good.
I've heard great things about the story in the game, so I'm looking forward to getting farther. But I'm really, really liking it, and it's definitely scratching that itch. It's scratching the itch, and I'm keen to see if I can get some other people into it. Or back into it, that for that matter. I have some friends from back home that play it and they kind of fell off, but now that I'm back into it, one's already reactivated their subscription to the game, so he's back in. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's scratching that itch, and it's crazy. Like, so many players have been moving over from World of Warcraft just because of the shitty state that WoW is in. And one of the biggest World of Warcraft streamer, Asmongold, switched over recently, and the way it works is you pick like a server realm, and there's a bunch of different servers on that server realm. There is no room available on his entire server realm for new players because of the amount of people that wanted to be on his freaking server. It is wild, dude.
I was like, wasn't it like, unless I'm thinking of a different game? No, I'm thinking about.
I'm losing you again.
For a second, I think their server space. I thought they had to expand their server space because of that.
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking of. Got me.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening. We're having some minor technical difficulties here this episode. But yeah, I've been playing that. Been playing FF14. Been loving every freaking minute of it. And I'm pretty hooked. I'm ready to really get into the new content. I know they got a new expansion coming at the end of the year that I plan on getting. And yeah, all of it's really, really exciting. So I highly recommend it. If you're into MMORPGs and you haven't tried Final Fantasy, they have a really good trial edition where you can play up through the base game, and that's like I want to say, like, if you're speed running it, if you're familiar with MMOs, it probably won't take you as long. But I've heard YouTubers and videos talk about it being like at like 100 hours worth of content, just the trial edition. So like that, it's a really solid trial edition versus like World of Warcraft. You can only get to level 20, which isn't even like anything in that game. So it's really, really cool stuff. Actually, you know, playing through the trial edition. I highly recommend checking it out if you're into that kind of stuff.
Actually,
but
a lot of content.
I agree. It's a ton of content. But we're here this week to talk about some freaking PlayStation stuff.
A lot of PlayStation. Well, not so much a lot, but big things.
Big things. Okay, so I think we should start with the fact that we have the showcase this week.
Yeah, the showcase. Finally, a PlayStation showcase. Now, for those of you out there, there is a significant difference between a state of play and a showcase. State of play is typically like the smaller stuff, maybe some like new indie games or like DLC, like smaller DLC announcements for our games, with usually like one big announcement in there. A showcase, though, this is like E3 level stuff. So all those wild speculations you had for, you know, state of plays and everything like that, this is where you let them all fucking loose.
And I think it's weird. we're at a weird. I mean, it kind of makes sense just considering the fact that we have been talking for weeks about the fact that they have nothing lined up. We know nothing about what's coming to the system after Deathloop, which is what, next week. So it's like it makes sense, but the fact that they've waited so long, I don't know if it was a good decision or a bad decision. It's just weird. I'm looking forward to it strictly because I don't really feel a need to turn my PlayStation on. Like the most recent reason I've turned my PlayStation on was to update Ghost of Tsushima to the PS5 version. I haven't touched Ghost of Tsushima on PS5. But Toby texted me because we game share, and he was like, "Can you upgrade it?" And Venmo request me for half of it. Let's do this thing. I want to play the updated version. So he's playing it and having a good time. I haven't touched it. That's the most recent time I turned the damn thing on. I need a reason to be motivated to turn that thing on.
And then there's me. I'm trying to hold back in the back of my head. I'm just be like, your fucking backlog.
Well, yeah, okay. I have a backlog. I understand that, okay? But at the same time, okay, I play a lot of other games that are continuous. Like Pokemon content is never ending. Pokemon Go keeps going. Pokemon Competitive keeps going. Pokemon Unite keeps going. All right, and then I play other games that are like Apex and that kind of stuff that just keeps going. And now I'm back into like a MMORPG, so that's gonna suck up all my time. I get it. I have a backlog, but I don't have time. Okay, I gotta pick and choose. And right now, Psychonauts gets all the free time in terms of single player content. Okay, that's just how it works.
Let's get an F in the chat for this poor boy's place.
I'm hoping
to be touched.
I'm hoping that because I got this stupid nursing test coming up. Hopefully after that, and I start at my hospital job, I'll have more time because I only work 3 to 4 days a week, right? So I'll have more time to play my gaming and do all that stuff on top of editing for this channel and the main channel, all that fun crap. I'll have more time for that because I won't have to focus on like studying and like working my part-time job right now. So hopefully I'll get more time closer we get to the holiday season. But right now I got to pick and choose, and certain games just get more of my time than others right now.
Yeah. I'll just judge in silence.
Deathloop's going to get my time next week. Deathloop I'm really looking forward to. Yeah. But I'm curious what they've got for us. I'm not going to get into that too heavy here because you did make your predictions video, and I'm keen to edit that and watch what your predictions are.
Well, I can talk about more. Well, there is some stuff that have like popped in my head now that's possible that I didn't think of when I recorded a video. Like,
well, shoot, go for it. If you got stuff that you didn't add in the video that you want to let out, go for it.
So like, there's a couple things. There are a couple things that popped in my like one. I'm mainly thinking of like maybe like. I mainly think of like either dormant PlayStation exclusives or just stuff that you could really like need an update or we really want the next entry for. And one big one that I completely slipped my mind, I don't know how, was Spider-Man 2. Now, I'm not talking about Miles Morales. I'm talking about the actual sequel to 2018's Spider-Man. Could we get a first look at that at this showcase? I think it's pretty possible. The Spider-Man hype, it would kind of line up with some of the Spider-Man hype going on lately. I mean, we finally got a No Way Home trailer, and that's coming out in December. So I think it would kind of make sense to throw in a video game trailer with that as well.
That makes sense. At the same time, if it's not released next year, I don't want to see it. I want to know. That's where I'm at with PlayStation right now. They've pissed me off so damn much lately, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but I just want to know what's coming now. What am I going to get to play within the next year?
Well, we could be getting, because one of our main complaints that we talked about was, how like pretty much after this month, Sony had like nothing lined up in terms of like a big gamer release for the holidays. But when they announced the showcase, they did emphasize we'll be showcasing upcoming games for this holiday and beyond. So I'm thinking we could get a surprise announcement for some sort of big PlayStation IP coming out this holiday. What could it be? I have no clue, but it has to be something big. Because I know.
I don't know.
I was gonna say the show. That's the good thing about showcases, that you don't know what you're gonna get, and there's been so many rumors and speculation. I had my tinfoil hat on hard for that video I recorded.
I have a feeling we'll get a small look at Horizon again. We'll see a little bit of Horizon.
More than
I have a feeling we'll see some God of War gameplay finally, or a trailer of some sort for God of War, and then we'll get whatever's coming next year.
Yeah.
I don't know what else could be out. You know what else? I've seen, you know, the leaks about the Infamous stuff, and that would be awesome. If some form of Infamous game was coming, I'd really be happy with that. Maybe that's the release. Maybe they just updated Infamous and that's what's coming at the holiday season.
I won't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad at that. But at this point, I'm just so in the dark with Sony on what where their brain is at. And at this point, like, I've pretty much committed all my third-party titles to my Xbox. I have them all pre-ordered for Xbox. I just don't... They haven't given me a reason to be excited to play them on PlayStation, even with the DualSense.
DualSense changed the game, man. DualSense
I like my DualSense, I do, but, like, I don't know. I just find... Especially... Okay, I'm gonna rant.
Oh, no.
My PlayStation 5 is not the experience I was hoping for. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't like the new UI. What the hell is this new home screen? I am so confused and lost every time I use the damn thing. I hate it. I hate the new user interface. It all sucks. Why did we stray away from what we've had the last 2 generations? PlayStation 3 was simple, easy to understand. Everything was in a row. You knew exactly where shit was. Same way with the PlayStation 4. It was all in a row. You knew where everything fucking was, and it was easy to use. It was just... PS4 was an improvement on PS3. Why did they change it?
Just get good at the game, noob.
Why? Why change it? What does that do to improve your console? Nothing. And, you know, they added all the, you know, the new bonus things. Oh, you can watch videos to see how to get through this level. I have not once used that shit. That's what YouTube's for.
Yeah, but I have, because I'm kind of stupid.
Like that, if I need to see a video to figure something out, it takes me far less time to type it into my YouTube search bar than it does to figure out how to open the damn video in the PlayStation thing.
No, what do you mean? The PlayStation thing is way quicker. For YouTube, you either have to, you know, do it through your console, or you get it on your computer, you have to go to YouTube, then you have to type it in, then you have to find the appropriate video and scroll through the thing. Where on the PlayStation thing, you just hit the home button, go to the clips, and then it immediately has a clip rate showing exactly what you need to do. And that's all you need to do.
But what if it's not exactly what I'm looking for? What if it's not exactly what I need?
It's gotta be exactly what you're looking for, because the PlayStation is smart.
I don't like it. I don't like any of the new... Give me updated. That's what I want. That's what I want you to show me at this stupid showcase, okay? Show me an updated PlayStation 5 UI that doesn't suck dick. That's what I want, okay? I'm mad at you, Sony. We are not friends right now, okay? I'm having some serious quarrels with everything you're putting out right now. And we're just gonna... Okay, I'm gonna drop the predictions thing on this showcase. Showcase is Thursday. We'll be talking about it later this week on the YouTube channel, okay? Check it out there if you want to see more. But I want to talk about fucking Horizon Forbidden West, because that shit pissed me off. And Sony as a whole has pissed me off at this point, okay?
Now, to be fair, they have now rectified this and fixed.
We'll get into that. Damn it, we're gonna talk about all of it. Okay, I let get. Whew, took a breath. Okay, I'm calm and collected again. Okay, so
I think
pre-orders went live for Horizon Forbidden West. Hooray! Huzzah! Everyone's excited. Yay! We get to pre-order the game. That's awesome. But when they announced the pre-orders, they showed us that the PlayStation 4 version was not upgradable to the PlayStation 5 version. There was a $60 price tag for the PS4 thing, $70 for the PlayStation 5. There was a deluxe edition that included a version of both games, much like 2K or Madden does. And why the hell would you buy a deluxe version and expect both games with that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if I'm on a PS5 and I'm buying a deluxe version of your game, why the fuck do I want the last generation version of the game? Why does that make any sense? Why am I spending the extra money for that?
Because the deluxe edition is not for you; it's for PS4 players.
But
who
what
don't
if
have a PS5 yet?
When you say deluxe edition, in my brain that means I'm getting bonus in-game content, whether it be a costume or some sort of cool thing that other players don't get. That's what my money's going to. Not a version of the last generation fucking game. That's not deluxe. That's a downgrade. Okay,
that's what I said. You're not the audience for that. Ignore it.
Should be. I give money for deluxe editions. I'm that guy, okay? If you give me a shiny object, I am 100% buying the deluxe version of your game.
We know how you are with shiny objects. Don't get me wrong.
Okay? Like, any game, any MMO I've ever played, I always buy the deluxe version because I get, like, a cool mount or something with it, right? I get something worth my extra money. Not a last-gen version of the game. Like, that's not what I need. It's not like, oh, if you buy the deluxe edition of the next World of Warcraft expansion, you can play the game on your iPad. Why the fuck would I want to do that? Like, why?
So you can play WoW on the go. WoW on the go.
Fuck that, okay? It doesn't make sense, okay? Moving on. They have since rectified the situation, as Rico said. All of us that were pissed off about this, and it doesn't even affect me, okay? This is the thing that gets me. It doesn't even affect me because I have a PS5. I don't have to think about this. But all of those people out there that weren't lucky enough to snag a PS5 yet and want to get the game on their PS4 and then later upgrade it to the PS5, they would have had to spend full fucking price to get this game on their next-gen console. And that's a horrible business model because I also own an Xbox Series X, and let me tell you, they have smart fucking delivery. My roommate has an Xbox One. If I go boot up any of my games on his Xbox One in the other room, my save is automatically there and it runs the last gen version. I didn't have to pay $10 fucking for that. It just does it. So they have rectified the situation. They came out very quickly. Within the same goddamn week, they said, hey, by the way, we're idiots. And we are actually allowing you to upgrade your version of the game.
The fucking goofy laugh.
They said that you can now upgrade your PS4 version of Horizon Forbidden West to the PS5 version. Why?
Then not only this, but in the same statement they said future titles that are going to be like available basically like on PS4 and PS5 will now have a $10 upgrade path. Now, it's nice to have confirmation to know that there is going to be an upgrade path, but that also concerns me. That's telling me there wasn't going to be an upgrade path for these future games, meaning like God of War Ragnarok and Gran Turismo 7. So who the fucking Sony's marketing department thought is like, oh, if you get the PS4 version, you don't want the PS5 version. We're just gonna leave you behind.
And
you
that's
don't
the thing
want
that gets
this
me.
next gen
That's
experience.
the thing that gets me. Okay, we're gonna backtrack to the fact that originally there was no upgrade path. Okay,
yeah.
Who thought that was a good idea? Who put that information out there? Especially because when they were talking about PlayStation 5 titles and stuff like that, there was an article that quoted Jim Ryan. I don't have the article pulled up. I'm sure you can find it on Twitter because people have been bitching about this all week. But there was a quote, and when he was even talking about Miles Morales and games that had games on both versions, he mentioned that those games, and specifically name-dropped Horizon Forbidden West, would have upgrade paths to the PlayStation 5 version because he was aware of the lack of PlayStation 5 consoles on the market and the availability of that system, and that some people just were waiting to upgrade and they were okay with that. He said he was very excited about the fact that, you know, players could get in on the next gen version whenever they could actually get around to it. So what the fuck happened between then and now where they were like, you know what, on second thought, we don't like upgrades. We don't like them. You got to buy the game again. And that's the shitty part. That is the shitty part. I 100% agree. So then, fast forward back to now, okay? We now got it. It's a $10 upgrade. I'm still not happy with this.
What, the Horizon Forbidden West upgrade?
It's $10, correct?
No, the Horizon Forbidden West one is free.
Oh my Lanta!
It's future titles after Horizon Forbidden West that are going to be $10.
What? Wait a second.
The reason why. Hold up. Down, boy. Down. The reason why is because Horizon Forbidden West, they originally promised it was going to get a free upgrade path because it was going to be a launch title. But then it got delayed, so it was no longer a launch title. And when they did the whole shit where they announced that there was going to be no upgrade path with it, that was part of the main anger from people. That not only the fact that they said there was going to be a free upgrade path, but now there was no upgrade path. So that's why Horizons is still free. The other ones I can't really explain. I can see why that they're still $10 because they weren't previously promised as free, but the fact that they still said that in the statement meaning that there wasn't even an upgrade path planned.
And that's my thing, okay? So I was mistaken. I thought in the whole $10 upgrade fee in terms of like, you know, Ragnarok, Horizon was included in that. I was mistaken. I'll accept that, okay? But what the fuck, yeah. Sony? What are we doing with Ragnarok? What are we doing there? What is that about?
That one, I don't know. Okay. In my mind, I feel like if you're making a game that's gonna be on last gen and next gen consoles, yes, there should be some form of upgrade path. But if you're gonna have people pay for it, there needs to be a little more of an incentive to pay for it, aside from the updated graphics. That's the one way I think you can justify it.
Here's the thing. I don't see the point of the $10 upgrade. I don't. Because other consoles don't do it. It's not a thing that happens. You don't have to spend $10 to upgrade on Xbox. And you know what the funny thing is about Xbox? You know, I thought that it was going to be a big change this entire generation. That all next-gen games were going to be, you know, a $70 game. They're not! Go ahead, Rico. What do you got for me?
To be fair, you had to pay $60 to upgrade Legend of Zelda Wind Waker from Wii U to Switch.
We're not talking about Nintendo. And you know what? I didn't play the original, so I was fine with paying that. The difference is, okay, if I look at the games on my Xbox that I'm playing on Xbox, right? I don't have to pay $10 to upgrade. Sony came out at the start of the generation, was like, you know, we're upping the price to $70. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense. Video games are damn expensive to make these days. That makes sense. I am fine with that. I don't care if I have to pay an extra $10. However, at the same time, Xbox has not charged me an extra $10 on any of the new games that I have bought on their fucking console. And it's a next-gen console. So, my question becomes, is the $10 really that fucking necessary, Sony? I don't fucking think so!
What if they give you that cool mount that you mentioned?
That's worth it. My $10 gets me something different. That's the thing I'm failing to understand here, okay? They say games are expensive. I agree. I 100% agree. But if every other game console on the market isn't following the same trend, games must not be that fucking expensive to make because they didn't feel the need to do the same thing you are. And that's the thing that pisses me off with this $10 upgrade thing. I don't get it. I don't understand why there needs to be a $10 upgrade. They bought your console. What more do you want from them? They bought your game, they bought your console. They have to give you more money to play the best version of it?
They want your firstborn.
I don't get it. Sony is shooting themselves in the foot this generation. The problem is, they have so much mind share because their console's so fucking hard to come by that everybody's like, oh, the PlayStation 5 must be the best damn thing since sliced bread. It's not. I play more games on my fucking phone than I've played on my PlayStation.
Go on.
It blows my mind. I'm ranting. This is going to be a rant podcast because I'm so frustrated with the state of Sony. Being someone who's loved the fucking system since the PlayStation 3 when I got my first PlayStation. I have played every game exclusively there. I felt treated well. I felt that it was all fair. And now I feel shat on. After I've been spoiled by other companies, even Nintendo doesn't shit down my throat like this, okay? They're aware of what they're doing. They are fully aware they're charging full price for remakes, okay? Instead of half price, and they get away with it. Why? Because their console doesn't cost me $500 to fucking own, and their online service, they're aware is dog shit. So it costs me $10 a year to use. What the fuck are we doing here, Sony? I am so frustrated right now. I don't know. It's just upsetting me. It really is upsetting me. Just the way that this generation has started with PlayStation. I feel like they don't care about the fans, that they built this mindshare, they've built this hype around their games and the stuff that they're putting out, and their ego has gotten so fucking big that they just quit caring about the players.
You know what's ironic is that this $10 upgrade thing, this is what they've always done. Not even for just for exclusive. Well, now it's exclusives, but like I'm just remembered back to the PS3 to PS4 jump, and how there were selected games that you could upgrade to PS4.
Yes, there was 100%. Because I remember I did it for Assassin's. I agree. 100%.
I'm like,
I agree. And I remember because I did it for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I started it on PlayStation 3, and I got it on I upgraded it to PS4. I did the same thing with Battlefield 4. Okay, I paid the $10 and I upgraded it. The difference is was at the time everybody was doing it. Xbox did the same exact thing, so you couldn't be mad at it. You can't be mad at it if everybody's doing it. But now that I have my Series X, and it's been such a dream playing any game I want, not paying any upgrade fees, not paying an extra $10 for any new game I decide to buy on the freaking console, it's frustrating to me looking at what Sony's doing and being like, why do you not fucking care anymore? Why do you not care? Are you that money hungry?
So are you gonna get a Fist Forge and Shadow Torch tomorrow? Or,
No, I'm not. I'm sitting that one out. The next game that I will play on PlayStation 5 will be the Ghost of Tsushima update as well as Deathloop. That is what's getting played on the PS5 next.
Wait, but if what if Spider-Man 2 gets announced at the showcase and it's a holiday release this year?
It'll probably not be as good as it should be because we've heard nothing about it. I want them to take their time.
All the more reason to shadow drop it.
I mean, they just put out Miles Morales last year. If they were rushing Spider-Man out that quickly, I'd be a little concerned.
Well, I mean, like that's what I mean. They already have like the groundwork ready with Miles Morales. So it's like, well, think of it like Miles Morales was sort of like just a small taste of what Spider-Man 2, just a small taste of what Spider-Man 2 will be.
Okay, don't even start with me there. Okay, let me talk about Miles Morales. That the groundwork, whatever, bullshit. They didn't change jack from the original Spider-Man. Yes, Miles Morales is his own character. He has his own moveset. He plays very differently from Peter. But that game itself is not next gen. Okay, you got ray tracing, sure. It looks very pretty. I give it that. But my controller didn't do any fun knickknacks the whole time I played that.
Yeah, the most you got out of it was like a little bit in the adaptive triggers when you web swing.
And it wasn't enough to make me excited. It wasn't like Ratchet and Clank where I noticed it. Where in Miles Morales it was just kind of like, this is kind of whatever. Ratchet and Clank, every gun had their own resistance and it felt so cool. I didn't get that in Miles Morales. They didn't do near enough with it. I wished I just played it on my PlayStation 4 when it dropped originally and not waited. But that was the game I wanted a PS5 for because I was like, oh, the web slinging will be fantastic. So when you say that they have the groundwork with Miles Morales, I don't know that they do. I don't know. I want them to take more time and make my controller do cool things. That's why I bought a PlayStation 5, because their controller was supposed to be awesome. And they've got, Astrobot, and they've got Ratchet and Clank that have done cool things with the controller thus far.
And Returnal, but you can't really say anything about that because you refuse
I
to play
can't
it.
say anything about Returnal. I will take your word for it.
What was and I will say that they definitely did a bit more with the they did more than what I thought they would with Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. You know, the adaptive triggers and feedback was much more prominent in that than what I was expecting.
And see, that's fine. I'm fine paying $30 for that because they gave us more content. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing I'm failing to understand with this $10 upgrade. Is you're not getting more content in the game. You're just getting the game that runs on the newer version of the console. So, like, I don't see the point. It's not like, oh, you get the upgrade and you get this cool costume for now playing the game on PlayStation 5. Awesome. That would literally, I would shut my mouth if they just did something like that. But the problem is they're literally just upgrading. They're just literally giving you the PS5 version, the activation code for the PS5 version of the game. I don't understand why the $10 is necessary.
It's a key. It's a key. You know, you got to put in a $10 bill to unlock the gate and fight the final boss.
It's stupid. It really upsets me. I'm so frustrated.
Are you upset? Are you
Yes.
upset? I haven't really been able to tell.
Yes.
Did you take your blood pressure medication this morning?
No, and they've raised it so dramatically this episode of the podcast here.
It's like you hear that, my blood's pumping.
It's just they've this whole generation has been so dumb for them. It's so dumb. They said, "Oh, we believe in generations." Now every game is coming out on last gen. Fine, okay, we get it. There was a lack of consoles. Then they have no fucking storage on their system. I've run out of storage on my fucking PlayStation. They added the SSD upgrade, but it's so fucking annoying to do that why? Why could you not just give us something like Xbox? They just gave us a memory card. We've had those since the fucking what? PS2? Just put a memory card in it.
PS1, I think.
Like what? Why is this complicated? I don't understand why you're making this so hard. And the fact of the matter is, like, some of the SSDs, if you're not doing it right, you're gonna break your fucking console. Like, Xbox, I literally bought the memory card day one and slid it in the back, and I had an extra terabyte. Like, why is that hard for PlayStation? Why do I have to take apart my console every generation to fucking upgrade your storage because you don't give us enough?
Yeah, just let me put in a little like USB storage device right here. I have extended storage, but it's only for PS4 games.
Yep, it doesn't work the way, and that's the same way it is. That's the same way it is on Xbox, but Xbox has the memory card, so I can't fault them. Granted, the memory card's expensive and it's not affordable for everybody. However, they're adding cloud gaming, so you don't even need a fucking memory card. You don't even got to install it. Like, it's just having both consoles has made me pissed off at Sony. I don't know that it would have been that way last generation, because Xbox had a rough go of it last generation. But this generation, they're hitting it all, okay? They're doing a great job, and Sony's pissing me off because they're just making dumb decision after dumb decision.
Until all these announcements come out, and people are going to forget about it now.
No, see, the problem is...
I was going to say...
The problem is, all the PlayStation players that, like, exclusively play PlayStation games, yes, they'll be like, oh my gosh, Xbox, look at all these games, blah, blah, blah. You all suck because you don't have this, that, and the other. We don't fucking care because we don't have to pay $10 when we have to upgrade it.
I'm just imagining, like, this showcase being in, like a auditorium, and they show, like, you know, Spider-Man 2 or something, and, you know, everybody's cheering and clapping, it calms down, and you're just way in the back, and you pop up saying, like, I'm excited, but still very upset with you!
Like, that's genuinely going to be my reaction. My reaction is really going to be that. It's going to be like, wow, okay, cool, we have stuff coming, but I'm still not happy with your business model. Like, you're really pissing me off. The problem is I'm so invested at this point that I'm going to play your games.
Yeah, you're too late. You're too late on backing out now. It's too late.
Yeah,
it's too late.
I already have the console, so I'm going to play your fucking games. But if they had pulled this shit before I bought a PlayStation 5, I would have just said fuck it and not bought a PlayStation 5. That's how frustrated I am.
And then it's like you see that one game gate announcement that's just like, ooh. That gives an itch. That gives an itch.
See, but like, I would have waited. And I would have bought a pre-owned console or something to that effect where they got literally none of my money for it.
Literally none of it.
So, like, that's the way around it. It's like you just wait and buy a used console and they get nothing. So then I'm not really supporting you. I'm just playing the game. And I'll buy a pre-owned copy of the game because fuck you, Sony. That's where I'm at. I probably would buy a new copy because I want to support the developers. But, like, Sony themselves, they're just pissing me off, man.
I can't see your camera, but I'm just imagining this whole time you're staring dead in the camera like you're talking right towards Sony.
Oh, my God. I'm so just... Just the whole thing. It's irritating. It's so irritating to me.
I should have brought popcorn for this rant. That's entertaining.
Oh, man. I hope they fucking get their shit figured out. By the time Ragnarok rolls around and this whole thing comes back around, I hope they're just, like, realize that nobody fucking wants to pay $10 to play the new version.
Let's just face it, though. Once they're done with the whole, like, games coming out on PS4 and PS5 and fully move on to games being exclusive to PS5, then that's when everything, I think, gets sort of rectified in a sense.
I hope.
I hope games will still be $70, but people will be more okay with that, I think.
Depends on if you own both and you only pay $60 for your Xbox games.
Listen, today's episode is about PlayStation. Let them have this.
I can't, because I'm going to title this podcast, PlayStation is Stupid. That is literally what I'm going to title it. PlayStation is Stupid. Like, they're just... Anyways, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's
move on to happier thoughts.
Let's
try and like come around back to happier thoughts. Let's try and come back down to the showcase. Of course, the showcase it's gonna have some big announcements and stuff. Now, you personally, let's do it like this. What's one game or announcement that you expect at this showcase? And one that you would like to see, like one you would personally like to see, whether it's realistic or not.
Okay. One I'd like to see, realistic or not, is a new fucking interface for your stupid PlayStation 5 console.
Man, is it done?
That's what I want to see. That's the one I really want, honestly. And honest to God, this isn't just a meme at this point. It's literally like I really fucking hate the UI. I really hate it. It's really bad. Like, I know that we're laughing, like we both just like he's not serious, right? But I'm dead ass serious.
No, I know you're serious. No, I know you're serious. It's just like I like how I tried to move on to change the topic, but you still brought it back around.
But one thing I expect to see, I don't know, probably Call of Duty stuff. I think that's guaranteed. Like we see what's exclusive for Call of Duty come this thing where like maybe they get early access to the new Warzone map. I don't know. They're gonna do something.
Or like maybe a first look at the zombies that's gonna be coming because the zombies because the zombies is actually being worked on by Treyarch, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe
they say, oh, if you play on PlayStation, you can play the game a week early. I don't know. There's gonna be some exclusivity factor for PlayStation and Call of Duty coming. That's my guess. Yeah. We'll see something like that. What about you? Something you didn't mention in your predictions video.
Oh, that's gonna be hard then. Because like the stuff I mentioned in my predictions video are definitely stuff that I'm both like expecting and / want to see. But let's see if I can think of some. One thing I think we definitely could see is more of a look at that Forspoken game that's gonna be coming out next year. I think we're gonna get like an actual gameplay or story trailer pertaining to around that. Something I hope we see is that I want to see more on I want to see more on Tokyo Ghostwire. I want like a more in-depth gameplay trailer and then like a gameplay / like story trailer because I want to know like what this game's about. I want to know more about how it plays. The setting and stuff looks really cool from what I've seen so far, and I just really want to know more about it because that's supposed to be coming out next year too. But I don't think it even has an official release date yet.
Back to me. What do I want to see? Something unrealistic. An update to PS Now. Make it something worth having, Put some more newer titles on there. I know you just did your PlayStation Plus collection, but maybe like honestly rebrand PlayStation Plus. Here's my thought, okay? Make PlayStation Plus your like Game Pass like service, rope it into PlayStation Now, and just make it PlayStation Online. And then you could pay one lump sum for all of it. You know what I mean? Like it's so confusing at this point. Cause like Xbox has their Xbox Live and they have Game Pass Ultimate. Like you just pay one or the other, and like if you pay for Game Pass Ultimate, you get both. Like it just makes it very simple. They need to do something similar on the PlayStation side to make it justifiable to have something like PlayStation Now. And they need to make PlayStation, the thing with that is PlayStation Now has to get better in order to justify people paying the extra cost for it. Because right now I wouldn't upgrade it.
Yeah, like it's honestly surprised me how PlayStation Now isn't just included with PlayStation Plus, and how you would still have to like pay like a price per individual game to basically just rent it. Like, why not just make it a library that you can access as long as you're subscribed to PlayStation Plus and literally play any game on there?
Or rather than even worry about, like the PlayStation Now factor, just let PlayStation Now fucking die and just keep adding more games to the PlayStation Plus collection. That would be good. Just like, hey, we've decided, we've had enough time with this game set aside. Like, maybe they come out and they'll be like, look, Last of Us 2, boom, coming out on PlayStation Plus collection. Not that I think that's going to happen, because I feel like they're definitely going to do a director's cut of that. Yeah. But I'm saying, that's just an example. Something I feel like will happen. Like I said earlier, we're going to see Horizon. We're going to see God of War. We're going to see... God, I don't even know what else they even have announced at this point. God of War, Horizon. Well, probably, I could definitely see them doing, like, not necessarily gameplay, but like a logo. Like, you hear the web shooter thwip, and then like the Spider-Man logo gets stuck to the screen, I could see that happening, and they do a God of War Ragnarok situation where they just, like, pretty much come out and just show the logo and then move on. I could see that being the thing.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And, like... It'd be a good thing for them to like just make like PlayStation Plus collection or like PS Now essentially into the PlayStation version of Game Pass, and then you could very easily drop some of these, like newer games. I mean, hell, they just did with Hunter's Real Legends. That's a completely new game, drop for free on PlayStation Plus. Just make that a permanent thing on like PlayStation Plus collection, and then our games coming out like Fish Forge and Shadow Torch, Kena, Bridge of Spirits. These small games that you could easily just release on like a Game Pass like service for PlayStation. It's all very simple math.
But your predictions, what do you got? What are you thinking?
Let's see, prediction. I mean, I covered quite a few big ones in the video.
Then go crazy.
I'm trying to think.
Something out of left field that you want to see happen.
I'm trying to think of a good one. Something crazy.
I got one. New Killzone.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
New Killzone, new Resistance. That would be awesome. One of the two.
Or imagine like they somehow get merged into like one franchise. Wouldn't make sense, but it'd be funny.
That'd be really cool. New Killzone, new Resistance game, something like that. That would be really, really awesome to see them do something to that effect. Just have that come back on the next gen systems would be really, really cool. In my opinion.
Oh wait, no, I got one I can give. One that definitely fits my character whatsoever. Give me the next Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh Jesus!
Give me the next one. Give me PS5 fucking Kingdom Hearts. Blow my mind with the story that doesn't make any fucking sense, even if you played every goddamn game of the series. Yes, I'm counting the mobile one in that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's definitely a you thing right there. Good lord. I could see them giving us more Final Fantasy stuff, because isn't Final Fantasy 16 the PlayStation exclusive?
Oh yeah,
I could see us getting more information about that. I had another one. Oh, I have another one. This is something that could definitely happen. We get a firm release date on Spider-Man coming to Avengers.
Oh yeah, it's so weird how that hasn't happened yet. It's been like what, almost 2 years now? Or maybe
a year. I think it's a year. A year.
Just now a year.
Yes, just now.
Feels like 2 years.
Yeah, it's a year because that's the whole reason I got the game. Granted, I didn't have an Xbox at the time, but that's the reason I wanted it on PlayStation, was because I would have access to Spider-Man, but I still don't. So it's like,
hold on. More tinfoil hat speculation. What if they do finally announce the next Spider-Man game, give us a little teaser on it, and then along with it, they announce the release date for Spider-Man on Avengers, and this all happens around the time Spider-Man No Way Home comes in. It's just Spider-Man month in December. Fuck Santa Claus, we got webs.
Okay. Or maybe like, I don't know, give us DLC for Miles Morales. You know, what's happened in New York since Miles Morales happened last Christmas? Like, give us something. Give us some Spider-Man outside of Avengers. Because I feel like, I don't know how War for Wakanda did. I haven't even hopped in and played it, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be really about it. But I've just been so busy playing other games that I kind of forgot it was a thing. But, like, give us some more Spider-Man outside of that. Give it on another level. Give us DLC. Give us something. Like, I'm not asking for a lot, but like just a little bit of something to fill the void. Because I loved Miles Morales. Played it twice, got my platinum trophy. Would love a reason to go back and play it some more. So like that could be really, really awesome if they decided to go that route and give us, you know, something to that effect.
Yeah, give us more Spider-Man content. Give us proper Marvel representation of video games, because Marvel doesn't have a lot. And speaking of that, I almost forgot. We could also very much see. Now, I don't know if this would be an exclusive or not, or just Sony's the one that gets to get the announcement and drop it or anything. But I think rumored for a while now is that a Marvel fighting game has been in the works, possibly being developed by NetherRealm Studios as well, the guys behind Mortal Kombat and the Injustice games. That could be something we get at this showcase. I could definitely see it.
Oh yeah, we see it at the showcase, and Spider-Man's exclusive to PlayStation. Yep.
Yep. Just Spider-Man and just like the entirety of Spider-Man IP, Venom, Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales.
Yeah, it's
just
but like outside
Spider-Man
of
everywhere.
Those things I listed, I'm trying to think of like something crazy I'd want to see. I mean, obviously I want to see the Infamous games come back, remaster those with all the DLC, put them out. That'd be awesome. But outside of that right there, I genuinely just don't know what else I'd really want to see out of PlayStation.
Well, I can guarantee you, once you watch my prediction videos, there might be some added to the list.
There might be. Maybe some transparency on why the fuck they make some of these decisions, Maybe that'd be awesome.
Just a little bit, have like Jim Ryan open up and explain like why they do this, and either he gives an actual reason or he gives a bullshit one. Just give at least a reason for the internet to be angry about.
Yeah, something for me to bitch about on the next week's podcast.
Yeah, he's like, my pitchfork is rusty. I need to shine that bitch, and I want to put her to work.
Oh man. But I think it's a good time to close it out because I don't have anything else to bitch about.
He doesn't have anything else to bitch about. His blood pressure has been spiking this whole time.
And I don't want to get too heavy into the predictions because, like I said, you do have your predictions video that'll go up the day after this podcast is up. So
yeah.
So we close this bad boy out. As always, thank you for entering the chat with us, guys. We do this every week, so make sure if you found it entertaining, you follow us if you're on podcast services, or if you're on the YouTube watching the video format, you go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. If you leave a comment, we'll talk about it in the next episode. Maybe you ask us some questions, some good stuff, to give us something to talk about, something else to bitch about. That'd be awesome. But
yeah,
thank you all for joining us today. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.